Yo, 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 it's your boy ET with another astrology video. Welcome, Zenith. Today, I am going to be continuing my planets and moving on to planet Mars. Mars is god of war. Mars represents the physical body. Mars represents our sexuality, our sex drive, our physical expression, our ego, our willpower. Mars rules over all sharp objects. If I had a knife, I would pull it out right now, because that's what Mars is all about. Also, weapons. All weapons. God of war. What did you expect? He's here to do battle. This is the ruler of Aries. Aries is ready to fight. Aries wakes up ready to fight. Why? Because his ruler is Mars. And who does Mars serve? Mars serves the king, but he's the general. He's the soldier. He wants to fight. He wants to be on the battlefield. This is why Mars is exalted, or in its dominant placement, in Capricorn, because that's traditionally the 10th house. So that's out in the public arena. Mars is here to perform. Mars is not a sensitive planet. Mars does not want to get into your emotions. Mars is ready to complete the task at hand. Besides Aries, traditionally, Mars rules Scorpio before we discovered Pluto. So if you're Scorpio, then consider Mars your co-ruler, I would say. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Scorpio, you can check out my Scorpio video. And I talk a little bit about the different expressions between Aries and Scorpio. I believe in that video. I could be wrong. Okay, so wherever Mars shows up in your chart, that really shows where you're driven. Hopefully this instance is okay with you guys. Where your willpower is, where you're willing to take a stand, how you express your physical body, how you express your sexual energy. Okay? If it's in Gemini, it's going to be through words. If it's in... trying to think of another example. Mars in Aries is going to be very explosive, impatient, temper tantrums, right? Powerful, ready to fight, not that much stamina, but really that, anger, that explosivity. Mars in Scorpio is a little different. It's a little more cunning. It's just as lethal, just as powerful, has more stamina, but is going to be a little more discreet because Scorpio is a very secretive sign. Mars in Capricorn is very effective because it works in the third dimensional realm. It works in the material realm. It's caught up. I have some amazing notes I wish I had in front of me, but we do all this on the fly. Mars gets caught up in the earth element, right? So it's literally here to perform in the 3D. Whereas if Mars is in a water sign or an air sign, air sign is more mental, right? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Libra Mars, that's a little more people-pleasy. That can be a little more passive-aggressive. They're not into direct confrontation. They're into going around about ways to not step on any toes, which can be really destructive too. So you have to watch out if you have that as well. Anger is a healthy emotion. There is such thing as righteous anger. Believe it or not, if you do something unjust, or if someone does something unjust, then in this situation, like hurt someone who can't defend themselves or take advantage or blah, 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 the list goes on, feeling anger is a normal and healthy response to that. There is such thing as righteous anger. Anger, all emotions are, and this ties into the moon as well. Moon rules feelings and emotions. I don't know if I said that in my moon video, but shame on me for not. But the point is that emotions are here to give us insight into things that, we are knowing and feeling at a much deeper level. For example, anger shows us where we wish things were different. And that can be a very good and righteous thing. And the most powerful people are using their anger, their sex drive, their sexual energies to make creative works, right? To transmute that energy up and to bring it into higher levels of resonance, right? Out of the root, out of the sacral, out of the solar plexus, out of these lower realms and into the heart. This is what transmutation, sexual transmutation, sex magic, Kundalini energy is all about, and beyond and beyond and beyond. Even though I would say true ascension is the descension from the mind into the heart. This is where heaven on earth is, The sacred cross, right? I changed my frame view because I kind of like the tall better. I'm not like getting cut off, and you can see my beautiful mystery crystal here. But yeah, so the sacred cross, right? The horizontal plane representing the relationship that we have with all living beings on earth in this realm. And the vertical line, excuse me, I hear my poor familiar crying. And the vertical line of the sacred cross represents our connection, our relationship to the higher realms, to the spiritual dimensions, both above and below. Very important, very significant. Venus is what we want, Mars is how we get it, okay? This video isn't about Venus, but they go hand in hand. These are the cosmic lovers. Mars is a fighter. He represents the physical body. In synastry, this is your sexuality with someone. If you have good Mars combinations, then that's excellent for intimacy or the sexual realm. I think the best relationships are going to be a combination of the physical, right? The emotional, the intellectual, and the spiritual. We need someone that's equally yoked and holistic in all these ways. Now, I'm not, I realize that we can be too picky. We need to accept people for where they are, but it's not all about the sex, guys, even though it's wonderful. And Mars will show you that, right? Mars will definitely show how someone expresses that sacral energy. And those with very prominent Mars, strong Mars situations tend to have a little bit more of that mojo. And especially if you have Mars-Venus lining up in harmonious ways. Conjunction, trine, sextile, etc. That's another video. Those that are Aries, Scorpio, you guys are, like I said in the Mercury video with Gemini and Virgo, Mars transits are going to be a little more acutely felt, right? To those who are ruled by that Martian energy, god of war, ruler of weapons, ready to fight, the soldier, the general, etc. So Mars shows up differently in different signs. It doesn't like to be in Cancer, but that doesn't mean it can't be effective in Cancer. Why doesn't Mars like to be in Cancer? Because Cancer represents the home. And Mars doesn't want to be stuck with the beans and the bullets in the home. It wants to be on the battlefield, which is the 10th house, which is Capricorn, and that's why it is exalted in Capricorn. So, but, however, if you have Mars in Cancer, then that means you are excellent with children. These are excellent, nurturing parents, people who can raise children. You know, that energy goes into the care and the nourishment. Even though that's not Mars's strength, it can be very effective in these ways. What else is good with Mars Cancer? Something you'd have to watch out for is just being overly emotional and being kind of like your sexual energy or your life force prana energy getting stuck in like murky emotional waters, right? Mars does better when it's a little less emotional. So yes, Mars is a very important planet. He's extremely relevant and can reveal a lot about people. You know, a masculine planet, right? That's our masculine drive, willpower, how we show up in our masculine, which is typically the outward expression. We all have both, right? We all have both within us. So, you know, true embodiment, true ascension is to balance these two. Whether, you know, one or the other. So keep that in mind. It's not all about one or the other. The point is you're both. You can be both. You get to be both. Your chart isn't just one way or the other. There's a multitude of balance holistically between all these elements. I think that about does it for my Mars video. If I forgot anything, which I'm sure I have, these are all very brief interpretations of planets and signs and things. Let me know in the comments where your Mars placement is. Let me know what I forgot. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for everyone who is supporting Zenith Mystery School along the way. This is so much fun. I'm actually looking forward to making more videos. I'm looking forward to reading for people. You guys join my monthly subscription, Star Fairy Club, where I will read for you every month and give you readings that will be relevant for the rest of your life that you can always refer to forever. If you want to book a reading with me, email me, etastro77@gmail.com, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.